for everybody who's gone so far. After college, my best friend Maura moved to Boston and I moved to Washington, D.C. And I was so excited for us to embark on the next chapter of our lives so that we could become the kind of funny and interesting city girls we had always dreamed of being when we grew up together in Saline, Michigan. And to celebrate our newfound city girl lifestyle, I made up a game for us to play in our respective cities. And the game was called Bum Bingo. And how Bum Bingo works is that any time in our new fabulous, exciting lives we found ourselves doing something that a homeless person would do, we had to stop and call each other and explain what we were doing and why we were doing it. And how it worked would be like, I would receive a phone call from Maura and she would say, I had to walk home in the rain. That's how she talks. She always sounds like she kind of has a gun in her head, like always. I had to walk home in the rain because I didn't have subway fare, and my shoes have holes in them, and now my feet are soaked. Bum Bingo. And I would respond with, well, actually right now I'm sitting at the train station eating Lucky Charms out of my unwashed hand. Bingo. Points were given out for things like peeing in a public park when you couldn't find a bathroom, drinking on the subway, bonus points if you stashed the flask in your side boob, but double points for open container. And even more points were given for throwing up on the street, either before a night out or the next morning. And I love playing Bum Bingo with Maura because it reminded me that we were cool city girls now, and all our friends, we were like the next Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and all our friends in Michigan were just sitting around refreshing Pinterest and waiting to have babies. You were so much better than them when I knew it. About a year after I moved to Washington, D.C., it was a Friday night, and I was coming home from work, and I noticed an itch on my shoulder. So I scratch it. I noticed the itch again. So I scratch it. I noticed the itch again. And by the time I get to my house, I have scratched my shoulder raw. So I call Maura and I say, I have a bus rash, bingo. And she responds with, I just ate dinner on my bed and like, I use my duvet as a napkin. Like we all haven't done that. And feeling validated by my life choices, I continue on about my day. But that night, I wake up because my shoulder is really itching, and I go in the mirror and I turn on the bathroom light and I look at it and it's not a rash. It looks like bites. And they're like triangular kind of, 3 little raised bumps. And as my eyes adjust, I notice them not only on my shoulder, but on my ankles, on my thighs, on my stomach, and even on my butt. And I don't know what to make of this, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I just go back to bed and pray it's like a lucid dream. But in the morning I wake up and I'm even itchier and it feels like they've spread. So I do what any responsible adult does. I Google it. I end up on the website, your very favorite website, the one that definitely doesn't make you feel like you have inoperable eyeball cancer, WebMD. So I'm on WebMD and I Google my symptoms and I look at everything and I look at it again, I confirm it on 2 different sites, but no matter how much Googling, I have bed bugs. And I feel like it's just the grossest thing in the world, and it's all over me, and I don't even want to be near my bed now. I end up sitting on the floor for 12 hours. All I do is Google and panic, and itch and Google and panic, and itch and Google and panic. And I read all these forums for like sufferers of bed bugs, and they like detail all the things that they've done to try to get rid of them and all the emotional turmoil that's happened to them. And I read that you should draw a picture of yourself and mark where the bites are. That way you can see if they are, if you're getting new ones or if you're still suffering from the old ones. And I don't have a pen and paper because, like, I'm not a responsible adult. All I have is Sharpie and a piece of cardboard box. So there I am, sitting on my floor in the same clothes I've been in for about 14 hours, drawing on cardboard with a Sharpie, just... And I realized that I've become homeless in my own home. I sleep on the floor, and I got kind of a crick in my back going, and still... And I do the only thing that I can really afford at the time, which is to go to Bed Bath & Beyond and buy Rest Easy Bed Bug Spray for $9.95. So I go to Bed Bath & Beyond with my one $10 bill I have left before payday, and everyone there is with their family and friends and their fiance, and they're so happy and buying kitchenwares. And I have a million bed bug bites and nothing, no person to go with me. And I get up to the counter, and I go to pay, and this really nice older lady is at the counter, and she's waiting on me. And she looks me up and down, she takes in my hat, even though it's like 90 degrees, and my stained yoga pants, and she says, "Oh, honey, why don't you give us a smile?" And this is the last straw. I mean, I've had it. I am so alone. I'm dealing with a situation here. I have a legit wild things problem, and you're going to tell me to smile? And I just blurt out, "My mother just died!" My mother did not just die. My mother is alive and well and on a vacation in Monument Valley, and she's out of cell phone reach. And I immediately storm out of the store, and I throw down my $10, and I take my Rest Easy, and I say, "Keep the change." And as I'm storming away, I call Maura, and I say, "Maura, do you even know what I've been through in the last 24 hours? I mean, I have bed bugs. I was drawing on cardboard. I just yelled a complete lie to a stranger. I don't know what's happening." And she goes, "You're like so winning about bingo." I'm totally jealous. But as I walk home, I don't feel like a legend, and I don't feel like I really won very much of anything. And in all the time I wanted to be a fun and interesting city girl, I forgot about the whole concept of making friends and having people to count on. And I vowed that by the next time I had a crisis, I would have somebody that I could call who could help me. I decided that I could keep being a bum, but it was time to stop being a bitch. Thank you.